Well, before we get into the demo, we got a question here in the chat that whoever wants to take it, can you get into this place is the HEX dead question mark? Who wants to riff on that for a sec?
Well, I think, yeah, go ahead.
So I was just going to say, like, right off the bat, I don't really think Hex is dead. I think it's bonded to Pulse now, and Pulse is kind of taking a little bit of a reckoning. I think now is a great time to accumulate, like how you were talking about with the Hex staking ladders. If you want Hex staking ladders, now is the perfect time to build those up because you can acquire a large amount of T-shares for a cheap amount of dollars. And in terms of Hex being dead, I'm gonna later, hopefully, I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna go and we're gonna look at different valuations and stuff like that. But I don't think Hex is dead, and it needs very, very, very little net buy pressure in order for that price to go absolutely parabolic. So that's sort of my take on it.
I like that take.
Yeah, and I think, oh yeah, right. I think on my side, the Hex died several times. It's like a cat with a trillion lives. So, well, the thing that I can say is, like, look at the community. We still have people engaging, doing live streams, organizing, and Max alluded to that of in a really heavy bear market, right? It's like almost 2 years or 1.5 years of just red candles. Buy the dip that keeps on dipping and dipping and dipping and dipping forever, right? And it's like, but hey, people are still here, and more importantly, people are still, believing into the contract, believing into Hex, believing into the ecosystem, and we're foolish enough to continue building on it. So yeah, so we're still here. Hex is totally not dead, and also same with PulseChain.
I think, yeah, for Hex to be dead, the smart contract itself would have to have like a major vulnerability or error with it, and then maybe it's safe to say that like Hex is like it's no longer the perfect flawless design product it was meant to be. But so far so good, 100% uptime, flawless operation, code hasn't changed, everything's still the same, just valuations are now different.
Yeah, exactly. I think I posed this question. I did a poll on Twitter about which one's more important, code or community. And anytime in the past, I've been like, oh yeah, code. I mean, I'm the technical guy, been in tech forever, all the stuff, code is law, all that stuff, and all the ideals I share. But this is the one time where I was like, I think in Hex and the Richard Heart community, PulseChain community, all that, I honestly feel like there's a case to be made for community to be even more important. And, you can go back and forth on each case and, without the code, you can't have this, but I'm like, without the community, where would we be right now? I don't think we'd be in a good place. So this community is just amazing and so important and so underrated. I know we all talk about it. Richard talked about it. The most important thing is community. He said it before too, or if I remember correctly, I've clipped 250 of his stuff. So I feel like I have a fairly good recollection of a lot of the ideas he's talked about. And boy, it never meant so much as it has lately, that one point. So